right before the live. I like have all these things that I check, and the Blue Eddy was down to like 20%. So I had to turn on the generator. So I hope it's not too loud. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Anna. KJ, Vicky. I'm gonna move this because the computer actually throws some light. Look at that. Woo! Bob's replacement. No, KJ, you're not Bob's replacement. I do hear from him every now and then over on Instagram. He's on there a lot. But anyway, how is everybody? Anybody got any questions you want me to get out of the way, like really early on? Oh, look, the cat. We got one cat inside, two outside. One of the cats has been in season all week, and it's been utter chaos and a lot of crying with all of us. But she's out now, so now I just got to watch these other two and mark the calendar and go get them down to get them spayed. Hi, Cagney. She's so funny. She's in like a don't touch me phase. I just don't want anybody to pet me or touch me. Hi, Michael. Hi, Dreams and Visions. Actually, forget your name. You need to put your name on there every now and then so we can use your name. Hi, Susan. So this week, all of that medication that caused me to have severe depression is completely out of my system. This week's the first week so normally I will like sit down to take a break, and then I'll start looking around and going, ooh, let me get up and do that little thing. And so during my break, which annoys everybody that works with me, I'm bouncing up doing little things here and there, and then I'll sit down and get my little break in. But I have not been able to do that. Like, I've had zero desire. And this week I started doing that, where I was just sitting and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get up and do that. Oh, I'm going to get up and do this. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and vacuum. And it's been great. I feel like myself again. It's really fantastic. Hi, Carla. Sherry. Okay. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Linda. Hi, Colleen. I was going to call you yesterday, and then I didn't because I went in an area. I was driving, and I went into an area that I don't get good service. And so I was like, I'm going to have to wait until I get to the other side of this section. And then I got distracted. I don't know. But it feels amazing to finally feel like myself. Like, I feel like accomplishing things and getting things done. And like, I'm just a doer. I'm not somebody that can just sit and not do anything. And so that's been like super hard. So I'm absolutely filthy because I've been playing with the fireplace. But yesterday I went and got another bale of hay for the animals. And then because we've been getting all this snow, Victor's got the skid steer down in town clearing snow. So the skid steer's not here. So I had to hand unload it and basically with the pitchfork and chunk it off, and it felt really good. The sun has been shining the last few days. We've had a really, really sunny winter, which has been amazing. But I got that unloaded not too long ago, and then I came in and sat down, and then I was like, ooh, I'm gonna vacuum. Oh, I'm gonna do so I've been kind of bouncing around, and then I was like, oh, it's time to get ready for the live. So Sherry says, I thought I sold my house last week, found a property too, but property went off the market and buyer pulled out. I mean, I'm so sorry. That is so frustrating. Oh, that's so frustrating. Selling is hard. It's such an emotional roller coaster. Selling and or buying, both of those things to me have always been like this big roller coaster of things. I'm really sorry that happened to you. That's awesome. That's awful. Hi, Anna. Thanks. Welcome back. I know. I feel like I literally feel like I'm back. Thanks. I appreciate that. Hi, Kelly. You made it. So that was what I've kind of done today was unload that. It's actually 1,500-pound bale of hay. It's a ginormous. It's 4 feet wide by 4 feet tall by 8 feet long. So it's the size of a cord of wood. That's what it is. And it was a lot. And so I had to just kind of pitchfork it off the truck, and then I tarped the whole thing, and the rabbits were like, this is a fantastic buffet. Thanks, KJ. I literally like catch myself just kind of giggling because I'm like, I feel so good. I feel like me. I feel like doing things. I have interest. I've started researching stuff. For instance, this is the last winter I'm going to have cold feet. I am so So, couple of things that have to be done through the summer for next winter. And my face looks super shiny. Super skinny. Ooh, Kelly's my favorite. Because that being said, I pretty much gained back all the weight that I lost on that medication. That was the craziest stuff. I know, Vicki, I catch myself with that. I was talking with Kira on the phone, and she was like, good Lord, did you drink like 5 cups of coffee? So anyway, the cold feet thing, like I have been researching how to felt wool slippers, like all the different things, because my feet are freaking cold. So I did put a pad down on the living room floor, and then the actual carpet down on the living room floor to help with that. But here's the biggest issue with the whole living room floor, because it's the room that has the super cold floor. And Kira and I were talking today on the phone, and I was like, I think the only thing that's on the living room that the living room floor is a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood, the OSB. That's all that's on the floor. We didn't add any more to it. So basically it's like this thin 1/2 sheet of plywood, and then the outside. There might be 2. It might be 1 inch. I can't remember if we did them going one direction and then again the other direction. But I don't think so. I think there's literally just a 1/2 inch. So my plan for next season, because the floor is the last thing obviously that we're going to do. And it'll get done this summer. So pull up the floor and add some concrete insulation too. Yeah, so I'd have to pull out this couch. So I can crawl under and get to a certain point and stuff insulation in. So that I'll be figuring that out. And I could also take the pink foam insulation and like shove it, because it would be rigid, and shove that up into the little bays to add insulation to the floor. So that's number 1. That's one thing. 2, I have been researching how to do radiant floor heating with PEX on top of an existing floor. And I think I've like figured out how to have my wood stove heat the liquid that's inside the PEX. I think it's like windshield wiper fluid that won't freeze, is what it is. And then that way, when the wood stove's going, the floor will heat up. I don't need it to radiant heat the house. I just need the floor to be warm, because I'm basically sitting inside with my feet on top of a hot water bottle that Kelly got me. to keep my feet. Yeah, Kira's small enough. She would be able to crawl under there and just stuff that all up in there. So we will fill that full, and then we also have to um, staple something on it to keep the critters from pulling the insulation out. But that is definitely happening. The shipping container floor actually is not bad. It's not bad at all. It is not like this living room floor, which is where I sit most of the time. And then obviously I'm still, in some insulation where finishing this one wall where the electric needs to come through. And I haven't done that because I have to drill the hole through the shipping container. And that's just really hard. And I've been having strength issues and gripping issues with holding the drill and stuff like that. So I'll probably see if maybe my son can come over. I'll try it. And then Randy did say he would come over last summer and do it. And then I just kept putting it off. But so that way I can pull all the electric to come in and then get the electric panel, the fuse panel put in. And then I can finish insulating that wall, and so then the rest of the living room would be done at that point, except for the ceiling. So I got to do the ceiling. But Kira's coming back in mid-March. She's got her ticket, and I'm really excited about that because then we can work on the ceiling because I can't do it by myself. So with the second person here, that'll be super helpful. But I really want to insulate the floor and do so basically I would put down 3/4 inch plywood and then route out, because I have to do everything the hardest way possible, use the router and route out a groove for the pecs to fit down into, and then I could do 3/4 inch, whatever I'm finishing would be 3/4 inch, because I've raised everything up 1.5 inches for the finished floor that I was planning on doing. So that's what I've added on everything, because I knew the floor was going to be about 1.5 inches. So I feel like that is going to make such a huge difference. Hi Mary, screw some plywood up on underneath of container after you stuff your insulation in. That's a good idea. So I've had a couple of different ideas with, we've got to do a ton of insulation around the water. All my water froze. All my water outside froze. Even the stuff that I covered, the one that I covered with those concrete tarps, it still froze. All of the water tanks froze. So we've got to get them insulated and covered, and I was kind of trying to figure out how could I like throw some hot air on that tank. How can I warm on these really, really cold days? So we've had this cold snap that we've been in the negatives at night. I'm kind of thinking if I got one of those Vevor diesel heaters, and they're really efficient and they run for like 8 to 10 hours on 1 gallon of diesel, and it's for like 300 square feet, which would be perfect to blow warm air underneath the shipping container, and then somehow kind of get that to go around the water tank or something. I don't know. The diesel heater, yeah. So that's true, Vicky. Use the 1/4 inch, which would be a lot cheaper. I'm kind of expecting the price of things to go down, actually. So that'll be nice. But yeah, that would be super helpful to get all of that done. But like I said, the shipping container floor is not bad at all. Just even with just your regular shoes on, walking around in there is no big deal. That's the living room that is freezing. So that's gonna happen. I'm totally doing. So long run, long run situation is I want a boiler for the property, and like when I do the barndominium, it'll have a heated slab. The goat barn, the milking parlor section will have a heated slab, and the shop will probably have a heated slab. And using a boiler to do that, and run that heat. And if I have that in the floor here, I could connect that up so that this area stays toasty, without the fireplace running. It's kind of been a really big issue with leaving the house in the wintertime, because the fireplace lasts about an hour before I have to re-add firewood. And so I'm constantly feeding it. And I have a huge bed of coals, but like if I go to town, run errands, and come back, that's completely gone. Like it's burned itself completely out, and I have to completely start over. Where the propane heater works really well. Now Victor bought a bigger propane heater than the one that I have, and the pilot light goes all the time, and if the temperature drops to a certain point, it automatically turns on. So maybe I upgrade to that. That was like the next size up. Maybe I upgrade to that, because if we would have gotten cold, we've had a very mild winter. If we would have gotten as cold this year as we did last year, I would not have stayed warm enough in here. Because on these days where it's been -4, or it's basically been 17 degrees today. I think it got up to 20 for a little bit, 19, 20, but basically it's been around 17 degrees today. And I haven't been able to get over 70 degrees inside with the propane running on low and the fireplace going all day. So most crawl spaces don't need to be heated. Yeah, so I was kind of, I want the cats to be able to go under there and stay warm if I'm gone. Like, for instance, I left the other day to go get this bale of hay. Well, 2 of the cats were outside doing their outside thing, and normally I just let them in and out, so no big deal, but I was gone, and so it takes me like, I was probably gone 3 hours by the time I got back, and they were like huddled at the door ready, like, let us in. So I would like there to be a space for them to be able to go under and be safe. A heavy flap will work. Mary, it's 40 and raining here. Okay, I gotta go back. I missed a bunch of stuff because I was chatting a whole lot. If you're doing floor radiant heat and the water under the container and run lines around it as needed, check temps. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. I know we're going to spray foam the whole container, the outside of the container, and then probably put plywood on it, or that the pink, really hard pink foam stuff, the foam boards. And then I had read that if you did that and underneath, so underneath and the sides and the top, like you totally insulated it, then you could use like a fish tank heater inside there, and that would be enough. I bought tank heaters, but I can only run them when the generator's running because they pull too much electricity, and would run the Bluetti down really fast. So that didn't work. Build a box around your water containers. Just fill the box, spray insulation. There you go. See, Mary and I are on the same page. I think if you're going to be surprised the difference the insulation makes, yeah, I do think it. You lose 25 to 40% of heat from leaks and more from lack of insulation. It really adds up. Yeah. So the living room has been the draw. Like, it's what has sucked out the heat. I did spray foam around the doggy door where it's there was a section there that I didn't realize hadn't gotten insulation in it, and so it was just like letting air pour in here. So once I spray foamed that, that made a big difference in here. But the there's definitely leaks. So there's definitely lack of insulation is the issue now. Let's see, Colleen, have you tried adding wood on top of the coals and letting it go a bit, then shutting it all down? Our fire lasted a night. Colleen, I switched to a really, really small fireplace. So it's, my big one would do that. And I do wake up with coals in the morning, like whenever because I have to clean it out every day. I can't just start up a new fire on top of the coals, because then it gets too thick of a bed of coals and starts falling out every time you open the door. So every morning I have to clean it out completely, and there's little sparks of red in there, and it's really warm in the bucket, like it warms up the bucket. But it's just a small fireplace now, so you know, it just doesn't have the space that the big one has anymore. Let's see. KJ, I would have a valve to turn on the heat to the water tanks only as needed. That's a good idea. It's a good idea to do it that way. Because then you're not, if I don't need it out there, I'm not wasting that heat. Anna, heavy cat flap on what? That's the thing they get after they lose their winter weight, right? I have a cat flap. Remember how much difference just putting some insulation under the container part helped? I bet it would be a big difference. Yeah, I think insulating this floor is going to be a huge difference. And that is happening. And then thickening up the floor, basically, like doing the floor the way it's supposed to. But I was under such a super tight budget that I had to cut corners in certain places, and now I'm paying for it, basically. So now I just have to go back and start adding those things. Oh, KJ says, everyone, if you like the content, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you, KJ. So, yeah, definitely getting the floor heated, because that will just make a huge difference. I'm a person that wears slippers anyway. Like, I don't really go barefoot. Funny enough, I'll go barefoot outside, but in in hard surfaces, I don't want to like be barefoot on. But so I pretty much wear. Hi Avery Akers, glad you made it. Slippers, all the shoes or whatever, all the time. So Kelly said, I honestly think just having a windbreak all the way around will make a huge difference as well. Are you mean on the skirting, when I eventually get a skirting in? I've kind of been debating, because I really don't want to put my skirting up until my deck is up. So this will have a wraparound deck at least halfway from the sliding glass doors all the way around to this back door. And I want to put the skirting on that. Now I might end up maybe putting some plywood or something on around the shipping container section. I don't know. I just feel like if I have to get under there, I don't want to have to go through. I'd get claustrophobic after crawling through multiple different things. So doing good. My brother is struggling with his throat cancer. Okay, if you guys are prayers, please pray for Mary's brother. He has throat cancer. He's definitely in my prayers, and I know quite a few of the rest of us too. So that's a hard road right there. So that was one of the things that I was like, absolutely have to get this floor situation figured out. I love having the firewood right here by the house and having this carport right there, because I have a huge amount of space. Like I've been working on the fireplace surround, and I needed to cut things, and I was able to be inside the carport, cut some things. It was nice. It was just really nice to have that covered section, but I don't like the fact that it blocks that corner, and that's actually the corner that coyotes run up on, so I can't see if a coyote's running up on me over there. So that I don't like, but I really do like having that covered section right there. So I don't know how Chloe's barking at something, like something's right there at the door. Why you gotta mess with me, girl? So I don't know. I've got to figure that out because I really like having that, but I don't want to block my view. So I don't know. I can see the critters up front. I mean, because I can go to the kitchen window and look out and see all the animals, which is the biggest deal. And obviously, this back window, I can see the backyard. So it's just one little section that it kind of blocks. It just happens to be the route that coyotes and deer run through. So put a concave mirror outside. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Could put a mirror out there. I need to clear up all that underbrush that's in that section back there. So I may be able to do that. Put something under there. I could also put one of those like driveway bells. They run past it and the driveway bell goes off. That would drive us nuts. We have been having coyote problems too. Neighbor said to call and he will get it. The dogs, so my dogs are so sensitive to coyotes that if they barely hear them, like I won't hear them, and then they'll lose it, the two of them, and go running out there, and then I'll hear them get closer and I'll hear the yipping. I haven't had them come up to the fence this year like they did last year. I shot at them all last year. But I have seen prints. So not next to the dog kennel, but out front. So over by the shop area, I've seen prints. So I know that they're running around. So I actually got two carports. I got one out front that I was using as a tool shed, and then I've got this one right back here next to the dog kennel, and that's where I ended up putting all the firewood, and it's been really, really nice. So because all that firewood that I got when I got that cord of firewood was 16 inches, so I've had to cut them all in half, and I just go out there once a day and cut like 8 pieces in half, and then I have all my firewood for the day, and it's fantastic. And it's been actually nice. I go outside, you know, I kind of, it gives me a structure of stuff that I do, like in the afternoon. Who's growling? Chloe, you better not be growling at the kitty. Come on, up here. So I just go out there and I put the gasoline in the generator for the day, and I cut my firewood, and it's not been awful at all. So, and then I just bring them in as I need them. I have not. It got too cold for the wood splitter to start, so I have not gotten to split any more of my big pile. I'm almost through with this stack of wood that I'm cutting in half, and unfortunately most of it is pine, and so I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get the stove very hot. Well, that's why, because I'm burning pine. So once we get through that, all of the rounds that I have are basically fir, so that's much nicer. It burns a lot hotter. Thanks, Mary. I feel so much better. Like, I did not realize how bad that medication affected me until I started coming off of it. And I was really, really bad. Like, really scary bad. Really. Not fun at all. Cat. So I'm excited to finally feel better. And I feel excited about the summer and getting stuff done and just enjoying things. Having joy about things again is going to be really nice. That was really awful. I am excited to get KJ member for 24 months. Woohoo! I'm excited to get this space in here done, and I've been on, just every day puttering a little bit more. The fireplace surround's looking good. I really like it. I had to order the metal and the elbow that I need to replace. So those actually might come in tomorrow, hopefully. So that will be really cool, because then I can finish that project and get it completely done. But I love that fireplace area. I like the big area that it sets on. Like, I like the space. If it was any more enclosed in, I wouldn't like it as much. Underneath those little cubbies underneath, I fill full of the pressed logs, and 44 of them can fit in there. I could actually get a little bit more, but the one box I put my I cleaned the wood stove and put that in there, and then I have like my starter stuff and my little pieces and all that kind of thing in there, in that first cubby. And in the second cubby I have the press logs, and then whenever I cut them, I bring them in and I set them right next to the fireplace, and so they go into the fireplace really warm, and so they heat better, which has been really nice. Oh, KJ's having pizza. I do have to tell you, so I've been doing carnivore and I feel so much better on it. But yesterday, whenever I went out and got the bale of hay, I left and then realized I hadn't eaten yet. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get some French fries and a soda. I ate the French fries, and immediately my throat felt super scratchy. I felt super bloated. My tongue started hurting. I was like, dang. Hi, Robert. Look, it's Bob, everybody. The stranger Bob. Frozen and heading to bed. I don't blame you. It's cold. Well, we miss you, Bob. We miss you hanging out with us. Yeah, Anna said we thought you thought you were too cool for us, maybe. Is that how that says? We thought you were too cool for us now. Yeah, I added an extra thought in there. Try to stay put out. I think you mean out of trouble up there. It's way more fun when you just get to play. It looks like our pigs are pregnant. It looks like our goats are pregnant and our sheep are pregnant. So we should be having lots of babies here pretty soon. The sheep were not happy with me today. I was looking to see if they were bagging up, because my friend Jen, all of her sheep are giving birth right now. But hers obviously got bred at the beginning of the month, and mine should have gotten bred at the end of the month, which means next week would be the soonest we could have babies, would be next week. And I'm really hoping they hold off until March. There's a possibility. The two girls were at Jen's house for a month to be bred, so. Because we can across America. Bye, Avery Acres. Be careful in that snowstorm. We should do a roundhouse potluck at everyone's place once a month. Oh, that would be fun. That'd be a blast. Your niece Allison's Miss Blue had triplet baby goats this morning. Oh my gosh, goats are so cute. I'm hoping we get sets of twins. Um, Triplets would be great because then you get more milk. And then once we start getting goat's milk, I can start making goat's milk soap. And we'll see how the sheep do with being milked because they've never been milked. They haven't been handled a lot. But I am so excited to try sheep's milk. If you go to Iowa, you have to come to South Dakota. Bob, I stay way too busy to do videos. I leave it to the professionals like you and Heather. So Kira and I were talking about, because she wants to get either another cat or a dog, and so we were talking about if she did that, she pretty much could not fly. We needed to do driving, and I was like, see, that would be fun. We could have a cross country trip. You know, I could go get her and then drive back, and we could go to all the different things. All right, Kat, what are you doing? You're weird. She's sitting in the recliner, facing the back of the recliner, just sitting there. Okay, she's gonna come over here, maybe. Hi, Jody. Ooh, then I will bring jelly sandwiches and we can smash them together if we feel like it. Let's see the other cats yet. They should be coming in. I was telling her because they're in near Fort Knox, Kentucky, and I have family that lives in Alton, Illinois area, Alton and Wood River, Illinois. And I was like, well, then I can just make that my yearly go visit everybody on that side of the family. We'll drive over to Anna's house, and then we'll go to my grandma's house, which my grandma actually passed away last summer, but my cousin Bill is there, and I have a lot of cousins and uncles and such. And Jody asked if we all thumbs up. I appreciate that, you guys. You know, if you come this way, you better visit all of us. I know, right? So we'll just have to put it out. So anyway, we're kind of talking about that because Kira has not gotten to do very many cross-country road trips where she actually got to stop and see things, where it's just like a fun road trip. And I love road trips, so. So Nancy, I think I was in that area few years ago. We'll just grab people on the way. I see it now. This what is it? What was that? Not Smokey and the Bear. Smokey and the Bandit. What was where they cross country? I can't remember the name of things anymore, apparently. That's a true, real statement right there. But we're supposed to warm up, so back to the weather. We're supposed to warm up into the 30s and upper 30s, and then we just kind of warm up from here. This was our cold snap, where we had like 4 days of negative weather at night, teens during the day. So it has been such a mild winter for us up here. But I definitely have to prep for rent a bus. Smokey and the Bandit. There we go, Kelly. She's got it. So definitely got to prep for next winter. Because I don't think we're going to get another one like this. This has been fantastic. I mean, the amount of sunshine that we've had, we have really not had the gray days at all. It's been great. It's always fun with lots of laugh in your chats, Heather. Aw, thanks. Thelma and Louise. Des Moines. Okay, Nancy, you go to Des Moines? Mary's got her helmet ready to drive the buses. That's so funny. That's That's a hoot. That's a hoot. Yeah, so I honestly think that that's probably going to end up being, we've talked about that. I just have a hard time getting away. So once we have everything set up really, really well, where the animals have free feed hay, everybody's covered and taken care of, then I definitely can have people stop over and check on things while we're gone, and then I could do a cross-country trip. It'd be a lot of fun. Capes too. Helmets and capes. Oh, I can see it now. We'd be on the news. It'd be a thing. That'd be so funny. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. What else? What else has been going on this week or this month? Because, like, it's been a month since I've talked to most of you guys. Yeah, so we're just kind of on baby watch. I don't think the pigs shouldn't have babies. I think all the babies should be happening in March, which would be great because the weather's in, like, the 30s and 40s at that point. KJ, my legs ache at the thought. I have a 3-hour plane flight in May, and that's bad enough. Ooh, yeah. You lay down. Lay down in the back, KJ. That's so funny. That's so funny. We are really hoping... I'm hoping that I have enough energy this summer to get busy on the projects that I didn't get done last year. Had no energy. That medication was terrible. But I definitely want to get the RV moved and that passway taken down and work on the deck on the outside. I don't think I'll use the sliding glass door in the winter time. And to be honest, I may end up putting something on it to insulate, but that definitely would be nice to have, to be able to look out the front and see out the front. Because the view is really pretty here. But I know that we are going to be focusing hard on the barn and something for the pigs. And... I don't know, I may need to get chickens, you guys, with these egg shortages. They sell those insulation kits for doors that aren't expensive. Yeah, something like that. Definitely something like that. So I added a 55-gallon drum for water inside. So that's kind of how I've been doing water. And I had thought, you know, I could insulate that, and then if I needed to bring in water, I could have 4 of those drums right there in front of that sliding glass door. That would make it easy to fill them, and kind of, they would be out of the way right there when the whole thing is $4.69 for a dozen eggs. So people in the area have been talking. I went to Walmart the other day, and they had like maybe 6 cartons of eggs. All the rest of the eggs were gone. There were no eggs. The whole egg section was empty, except for like 6 cartons. So I bought 2. Victor's has his chickens, but they eat a lot of eggs. So I don't know. I mean, I may need to get a few. You guys, this cat is peeking over the edge of the chair, giving me stink eye. I'm like, what did I do? So I don't know. May need to pick up a few chickens. I can buy chickens from Carrie. She's local, right down the street, and she has a huge flock. So I'll probably just buy chickens from her. The police are going to be like, so how did you get robbed, ladies? Well, they said they had baby goats, so we picked them up. I'm smart enough. I have to see the goats first before I get in the van. Colleen, 2 of our chickens started laying last week. Nice. Didn't expect that. I know, right? But we've had such good sun. I mean, that's the issue. We've had incredible sun this year. Like, hardly those gray, foggy days at all. And then Anna, yours did too. That's nice. Anna, that's smart, Heather. That's why we have you with us. Exactly. Why are you giving me stink eye? You're stressing me out. Seriously, I need to flip you guys around so you can see her, but she's got like her ears are going out like this, and she's like peeking over the chair like this. Scary. Justin, you want to come up and say hi? Come on. Just... No, you can't go on that side. You have to come on this side. There we go. Oh, there he is. Oh, you're so spry, sir. You're so spry. You're so spry. Oh. I know. It's scary. She's like stink eyeing me. Now she's stink eyeing Chloe because Chloe made a noise. She's probably like, how am I the only cat stuck in here? Like all the other 2 cats are still outside. They haven't come in yet. You guys are crazy. So I'm excited to see now that I have energy and desire to do stuff. Like I feel like I'm gonna start getting some stuff done. I'm pretty excited about that actually. But I'm working on a schedule. Right now I've just been working really hard to keep the fireplace going so that I can stay kind of warm in here. But once this cat looking at Heather saying, "You talking to me, lady?" Right? There's nobody. She's like, "Do you see people? Like, there's no other people in here. How did I get stuck with this lady that sees people?" Willow's been trying to trip me down the stairs for years. Good thing she has a tail. Oh, she has a towel. That's funny. She's gonna shake you like shh. Dang it, now I'm not gonna get any sleep. No sleep at all. Justin, you crazy boy. You crazy. So I was telling Kira, because I've been doing the carnivore diet. She, I was like, man, I haven't even filled up those 3 trash cans to take to the dump. Because you basically have no trash when you don't eat a lot of different types of foods. Oh, you're so funny. She thinks her mom is weird because she's always talking to herself and answering herself and laughing at herself. Right? That definitely could be. I can't flip you guys around. It's hilarious. It's very distracting. It's a little intimidating. What, buddy? So that's about it. You guys have any questions? Justin said, stop doing other things like breathing and put all of your energy into petting me. Yes, that's it. He's so funny. He is so funny. She's giving you the evils. Sleeping with the light on. Yes. Dang, girl. That's just... I wonder if she's growling because... Sorry, guys. This entire live is Heather talking about her cat sitting over there giving her stink eye. Ooh, hi, girl. You gonna come up here and be nice? She likes it because I put the water bottle on the floor and then I put my feet on it and she goes underneath my blanket and sits right there next to the water bottle. And she's probably like, why is there no water bottle underneath this blanket? Hi, Chloe. You want to come up? You want to turn? No. Don't do crazy things. Ready? Come on. Oh, get it. Get it. Now the cat's underneath me, so there's that. Exactly. I will fall asleep. I can't stay awake past 8 o'clock anymore. But I do get up at 3 a.m., so there's that. And unfortunately, the animals have learned that I wake up at 3, so they're like, you should be up at 3. RNF Firestone Chickens, hi! Was like gremlins eating after midnight. So, what is it? Anybody got any questions? I need a topic. I need a topic to talk about. Okay, so apparently I figured out a topic. I have been. Oh, I thought that cat was outside. She's upstairs. Maybe the other two cats are upstairs. Chloe, you're not nice, so leave her alone. She wants to be Chloe's friend. Chloe is just a big meanie, so what is the plan for next week? So I'm waiting on the metal and the elbow to get those in and finish the fireplace. That's the main goal for next week, is to get that project done. And then I think I'm going to start working on, I'm waiting for the temperature to go up to drill the hole in the floor to do the piping out for my gray water out. I don't really want to put, sorry, Justin moved you guys. I don't want to put a hole in the floor and it be 5 degrees outside. So, Chloe, don't growl. She's so mean. The fireplace is going to be so pretty. I can't wait for it to be done either. Like, I'm really excited. And in fact, I think I might put copper metal behind the stove, the oven, the cooking apparatus, because I think that would look really pretty and it would bounce the copper on both sides of the kitchen. I don't know. I love copper. So, see, Anna's like, yes. See, wouldn't that be pretty? I think that would be really pretty. I was going to do something else, but the more I was thinking about it, I'm like, ooh, I could put a piece of copper right here, and that could be my behind the stove section. So it's probably going to happen. Just saying. It's probably going to happen. All right, look, we got like 3 or 4 people that like it too, so I guess that's what we're doing. I think it would be so pretty. But I'd have to order a piece, but I can actually put it off a little bit and order another piece. They won't, I have to go into the store so I might go ahead and measure that up, and then, and funny enough, it's 3 feet, which is how exact the width of the metal is 3 feet. So it would just be so simple to put that up on there. So I'll probably go ahead and order that then whenever I go pick up the piece that I just ordered for the stove. Yeah, into the store where there are people. Yeah, they will. I don't know. They must have had something happen. It's like you can't call in and order something over the phone and then just pay for it over the phone. You have to go in and order it in person. But it's a small, what would you put your growling? You're just not very nice. It's a small little hardware store. RNF Firestone said, hi Heather, you have come so far in the storage container. I love your kitchen, how you've done your cabinets. Oh, thank you so much. I really can't wait to get the doors on them. I'm excited that I feel like doing things, because I've had, with this reaction to that medication, I have not felt like doing anything. And so I haven't gotten those done. But I was actually yesterday thinking, oh, I need to measure all these and I can go out and cut the plywood to start making the frames and then the doors. I have all the stuff. I just need to do it. It's a really good working kitchen. I like how I've never really been a galley kitchen fan, but that's your only option here. But it really is working out nicely with where I have everything and the usability of it. It wouldn't work very well if two people really wanted to cook because you'd bounce into each other. Like there's not enough room for two people to be. I mean, unless you had like one person at the dishes and the stove and someone else along the line working, but getting around people is hard. Getting around Chloe is hard enough. I couldn't imagine another person. Are people ice fishing at the lake? Yes, they are. And they were out ice skating the other day too. One step, do you like the galley kitchens? I like, let's see, Anna says, I was having empathy for your medication and also didn't want to do anything in support of you too. Hashtag friendship. Oh, look at you throwing yourself on the sword for me. The lake is frozen, yes. That lake's only 25 feet deep, so it really does freeze. I think they said last year it was like 11 inches deep ice frozen. Chloe, why are you licking the table? Honey. I think it's cold enough without catching ice. But the kitchen's been nice to work in and do stuff. And like I actually really like that the wood stove is in there because in the morning I go and I start the fire, but then I'm also starting water for coffee and I'm puttering and I'm doing dishes and everything's just right there and that area warms up really nice. And then I have the fans that push the heat over into this section. So I actually really like that that's all right there because this living room is so tiny that having the fireplace and all the fireplace stuff, yeah, it would be nice because then the living room would be really warm, but you would lose footage with that taking up that space. Like I don't even know where it would go because fireplaces have such a mess. KJ, it's so nice to see your confidence growing along with your skills. You're doing great. Thank you. Hi, Kathy. I too love your kitchen and how it's coming together. You're doing an amazing job. I can't wait to see the copper up. Thanks. I'm excited for the copper. I think it's really going to pop. The whole fireplace section where I have it right now is just so pretty. It's just so pretty. And the copper and then finishing out the edging in the corners and stuff. Framing, I don't know what they call that, but Chloe, why are you licking me? It really does look really pretty. It makes me really happy. So I don't cook on the fireplace. The old one I did because the pan could fit on there without falling. This has such a small top that I can put my water pot on top of there and heat water, which is basically what I do on there. There's not very much room. It's really tiny. It has a really, really small top. So my kettle is half on, half off of it. I have two kettles, one that's really tiny and then one that's the big one, and the big one hangs off the edge. So if I'm not here, I don't have that on there. He's obsessively licking my hands. You're so funny. Copper door pulls might be cool too. Ooh, that's true. That would be pretty. Kelly, I can't wait till you do the glass on the cabinet doors. They're going to look so cool. Yeah, it's going to be really pretty. I think once it's all finished, it's definitely going to be really pretty. I'm excited about that. I have a table out in the firewood shed, so I can actually start working on stuff. And like I said, the weather, stop licking me. Why are you licking me? Crazy, you crazy. um, so I can get out there and lay things out and actually work on stuff on a table. Would be really nice. Copper door pulls might be cool. Oh, on the cabinet doors. Yeah, I don't know. I think those two big sections will make a big statement. So that's probably all the copper that I would do, unless I brought some of it back down into this section. A sliding door on the bathroom that was copper would be pretty. That would bring it down to this way. Jag. Some nights I open the door to the wood stove and make hot dogs or steaks. Nothing like that wood smoke. Oh, that's so true. I love wood smoke. I could definitely fit like a potato in there. But I worry about things popping out and catching the dogs on fire, because when I go in there and I sit down, I have this little stool and I sit down on there and I mess with it, they get right at my feet. So I have to shoo them away while I have it open and I'm putting logs in and out. I definitely have to shoo them off because they are right underfoot all the time. In fact, I was cracking up the other day because all the follow me all over the place. Like, if I go into the kitchen, everybody's got to go into the kitchen. If I go to the bathroom, everybody's got to go to the bathroom. And I have 3 cats and 2 dogs, and I'm in a very small space. Like, it's really funny. And the other day, I was working on the fireplace and looked down. We're spinning. I looked down and both dogs were at my feet and all 3 cats were laying on the like really close up right behind me on the counter. I was like, I'm like, you guys, I'm not going to escape, and you've all eaten. So hamburger in foil and cook it in coals too. Oh, that's good. Copper statement. She's like obsessively licking my hands. All right, you guys, it's 6 o'clock, which means I need to go put wood on the fireplace. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. No privacy. There is no privacy with animals. You know what it is I'm in her spot right now. And so she's like, I'm going to annoy you until you move. Hi, kitten. What are you doing over there? Lacey's trying to figure out stuff. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Have a great night. All right. Clicking it off.